be Florida without this. A heavy tropical rainstorm coming down just prior to kickoff here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. With the echoes, a cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone. The Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with the Miami Dolphins. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
This one fielded at the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
This defense for the Dolphins, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Fournette once more on second down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. Brady now to throw. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
But defensively here, Charles, I'd have to imagine coming up with a game plan to stop Tom Brady. Many have tried. Few have succeeded. But what do you see as their best course of action?
Well, besides stating the obvious, which is having great guys who can cover, and we know how difficult that is in the NFL, I say it's inside pressure. The guy's up the middle in his face because he's not the type of athlete who can get out to the perimeter and hurt you. He likes to step up in the pocket and throw downfield. If you have a couple of good pass rushers right in his face, right in his grill, that's your best chance to slow him down.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. To throw, it's Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Brady now on 1st down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. A handoff to Fournette. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup to get him back to the original line of scrimmage with 3rd down coming up. Brady going to throw. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And a loose football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. Some guys just have a knack for creating turnovers. He's got a little bit of that going. He forced a fumble last week, another one there.
And it just drives teams crazy because they realize that certain guys, as you said, have that knack, and they're trying to keep them away from the action, away from the ball. but the best ones have that overwhelming desire, that overwhelming need to get to the football and make it happen, and that he does.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And some room to run now. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
Miami's receivers had the second fewest yards of any receiving group in 2020 and the fewest yards in run after catch as well. Jalen Waddle, he might solve both of those problems. Taking 6th overall, he picks up a first down right there.
From midfield, here's Tua. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Bucs are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Here's a give to Fournette. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Working from the gun, it's Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Wide open. Gronkowski shifts by him. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Rob Gronkowski, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that challenge, a successful one.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Fournette.
And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Fournette again.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Leonard Fournette.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead.
Oh, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, it looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4 fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Now this time, Tua is going to throw it. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down into those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
And there's a familiar sight. Rob Gronkowski making a catch for a first down. And remember, Gronk said he was done in 2019, was out of football after retiring from the Patriots. But Brady asked if he'd run it back with him in Tampa, and he answered the call. Gronk earned his 4th ring with the win in Super Bowl 55, a game in which he scored 2 touchdowns.
Quick throw caught by Godwin. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
And Chris Godwin, one of those great unselfish players. Remember, he gave up his uniform number to Tom Brady when he got to town. And he's kind of known as the 1B to Mike Evans 1A in this Tampa Bay pecking order among receivers. He makes a nice catch there.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So Brady departs, and on is Ryan Succop for the Buccaneer field goal. This will be a 37-yard attempt. Succop's kick is good. And that will make our score 9-0. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
He was solid on the field goal, but not as solid on the kickoff there. And that'll put him at the 40-yard line to start this drive. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Tua going to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. He'll get this to Phillip Lindsay, complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Tua now on 1st down. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Tua to throw again. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Shaquille Barrett. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa, and that will be incomplete.
And what with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. 2nd down, back to Fournette.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. There he goes, left side. And he takes it all the way up to the 45-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. From the gun, it's Brady. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. Wow, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee and go into the half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points, while the old school coach probably would have said, take the knee, let's get out of here.
Now we could see points the other way here. So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Now here's Suckabout to kick it away. Here comes Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Here's a give to Lindsey running right. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
The Bucs summon their offense back onto the field here. They're going to go for two. It's complete, and he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick six, and then the two-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Tagovailoa trying again after the pick six. Here's Fuller with a catch. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
On first and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and they're going to face a 3rd down. Now Tua. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Miami. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Brady's throw on target to Godwin here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
88 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On play action, now Brady. Gronkowski's got it on the crossing route. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Now a play fake. Brady. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Well, if this defense has any hopes of getting back into this game, they've got to start right here and keep these guys out of the end zone. That's a good step 1 on that play.
They'll give Fournette another crack. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. One receiver to the left is Evans. Brady now on 3rd and goal. Getting it out wide here to Bernard. Touchdown! Giovanni Bernard. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead is now 24. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. Waddle will return this from the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner.
And Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From the 6. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Flush to it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Big Vita Vea pushing his way through to wind up with a sack.
That right now That's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw taken in here by Fuller.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. Got a man. It's Waddle, complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They'll run on 1st down. It's Lindsey. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Tua. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 12-yard line. On 1st down, it's Lindsey. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Tua. Flushed out right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player in the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Fournette once more on 2nd down. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Play action. Now it's Brady. Open man, Gronkowski complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
Another completion for Tom Brady, and I just know that in his New England days, he would fight to stay out there until the end, until that clock hit zeros. But here in Tampa Bay, I just wonder if they'll want him to come out of the game and hand him the baseball cap in recognition of a job well done in this one.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. On play action, it's Brady. This is caught by Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Fournette on the counter. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
104 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
2nd down, back to Fournette.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Brady going to look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
It's now 4th down and 1.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Brady to throw for it on 4th down. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out in the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. A little check down to Lindsey. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
From midfield, here's Tua. And this will be swung out for Lindsey. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And again, it's Tagovailoa. They get this out wide to Gaskin. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
Second and 7 at the Buccaneers 29-yard line.
From the 29, Tua. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
They'll run with Fournette. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Brady going to throw here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
On third down, Fournette. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away.